Welcome back, my A23 friends. We are here for Chapter 8 of The Littles and the Lost Children. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you had a fun day on Sunday celebrating Mother's Day with your moms and grandmothers. I hope you were able to bring them a little ray of sunshine during these crazy times we're living in right now. So let's see. Chapter 7 ended with us learning that Major Nick is going to be retiring and returning to his family over in the Big Valley. So Winky and Tip pretty sad about Major Nick Little leaving them. We have a new guest reader today. She is someone who Colin always calls Princess whenever he sees her. She usually on Cafe Tuesdays will order coffee from us, but never wants to order a baked good because she always claims that she's on a diet, but sometimes we're able to talk her into it. And let's see, she is second in command at our school. Who could it be? Let's find out. Chapter 8. 2 months passed. One morning, a few days before Christmas, the Mouse Alert automobile horn blew loudly. All the grown-ups in Trash City stopped what they were doing. They ran to their mouse fighting stations, ready to fight an invasion of mice. In the meantime, the children and the old people went to a special fort surrounded by mouse traps. In a few minutes, Mayor Clutter rang a bell. It meant there had been a false alarm. While the children were in the special fort, Winky heard some news. Relatives of Major Little were in the city. They had had breakfast with Mayor Clutter and were with him now, high above the city atop a stepladder. It was the observation platform where the mayor could see the entire city, the place from where he gave the necessary orders to fight any invading mice. Winky found Tip and told him Major Little's relatives were in the city. "And I know where they are," she said. "Follow me." The tiny girl ran into the street with Tip at her heels. "Here they come now." She pointed up in the air to a tin can elevator. It was coming down from the roof of the city. There you go. You can see their tin can elevator right there. The elevator came to a stop at the street level. Mayor Clutter led a man, a boy, and a girl out. The girl was leading Major Little's white mouse, Mus by a leash. Winky and Tip followed at a distance as Mayor Clutter and the strangers walked through the streets. The mayor pointed out interesting buildings. He introduced the visitors to some of the citizens. Finally, they came to the Trash City Home for Children. Winky and Tip could see many eyes in the building's windows looking at the strangers. Mayor Clutter knocked on the front door. Winky and Tip moved closer to hear better. Mr. Penny opened the door. "Howdy, Mayor," he said. "This is Mr. Lars T. Penny," said the mayor. "He's the warm friend of all the homeless children who live in Trash City." Then he said, "Mr. Penny, I'd like you to meet some of Major Nick's kin. This is Mr. William T. Little and his children Tom and Lucy." Tom Little spoke. "Mayor Clutter, did you say homeless children? Do you mean there are children without parents in Trash City?" "Yes, there are, Tom," said Mayor Clutter. "It's the mice wars," said Mr. Penny. He shook his head. "We lose a few people every year." Take it away, Miss Xavier.
Hello, Miss KP's class. How is everyone doing? I'm very excited to be here as a guest reader today. I will be reading a page from The Littles and the Lost Children. I'm very excited, so let's begin. Suddenly, all the children from the home began to walk slowly toward the mayor and the Littles. They were staring at them. A few children ran over to pet Mus. Is Mus a kitten? "This is where Major Nick's special friends are," said Major Clutter. "Do you mean all these children are Nick's friends?" said Mr. Little. "I'm afraid Mayor Clutter laughed. "The mayor used to come here often to see the children. He said, as you know, he had no children of his own, but he had 2 very special friends." The mayor reached out and took the hands of the twins. Major Nick found these 2 when they were babies, out in mouse country. No one knows who their parents were. The major was very fond of them. I want you to meet the McDust twins, Winky and Tip. Take care.
Thank you very much, Miss Xavier. And Mus is actually a little white mouse. Mr. Little said, "Why, that old rascal. Nick never said his special friends were children. He shook Winky's and Tip's hands. Major Nick wants to see you two, he went on. He was hurt in an accident with a cat. His sister is a nurse, and she's taking very good care of him. We borrowed his mouse, Mus, to find you down here in this big pile of trash. Is Major Nick hurt real bad? Asked Winky. Is he? Tip asked. Mr. Little put his arms around Winky and Tip. I'm sure bringing you home with us to visit the old soldier for Christmas will be the best thing we can do for him. Oh, wow, said Tip. I can't wait. Let's go. Tip, said Winky, remember your manners. Please, said Tip. Tom Little laughed. Tell Tip how we're going to get home, Dad, he said. We're going to fly home, said Mr. Little. Our cousin, Dinky Little, is a pilot. He and his wife, Della, are going to pick us up. Do they know how to get into Trash City? Asked Winky. Everyone says it's hard to find. Cousin Dinky delivers the mail all over the Big Valley, said Lucy Little. He knows everything. Mr. Little grinned and nodded his head. They'll get here, he said. Gee, we're going to fly, said Tip. What's it like? You'll love it, Tip, said Tom. Wait till you see. Isn't it amazing, said Winky. We've never been above ground since we came here, and now we're going to fly. So you can see them dancing. They're so excited. But what we know and what Winky and Tip don't remember is that they used to fly on Sable all the time. So, that's the end of chapter 8. You guys have some reading comprehension and vocabulary comprehension and some predictions to make in the Google Classroom, so make sure you get that done. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for chapter 9. See you soon. Stay out of trouble.